We ready? Everybody good? You know, we knew this was going to be a tough game for a lot of reasons. Wright State's a good basketball team. They came off of 2 tough losses. We knew the coaches was going to be up them this last week. And we didn't have very good preparation going this game last 10 days. Just wasn't our normal preparation. We had guys out sick. Basically, we were without E-Man, Luke, and J-Mark. Basically the whole week. Preparation hadn't been very good. And we knew it was going to be a tough game. First half, you know, it was uncharacteristic for us to have 9 turnovers. And about 7 of those self-inflicted turnovers, whether you walk or offensive fouls, moving screens, those kind. I don't think there was but one live ball turnover that led to a basket. You know, they'd only scored 29 points at halftime, shot 41%. So defensively, we was okay still. Just offensively, we only had 27. But those turnovers, self-inflicted, was about 6, 7 opportunities that we didn't have. Second half, we were much better. We only had 5 turnovers second half. We got out in transition. First half, we had 2 transition baskets. Second half, we had 13. And there's one thing we didn't do all night long. That's what turns it into a grind game sometimes. We didn't make threes. And you all know that's something we've done pretty well. And I don't know if any of the threes we shot tonight, it wasn't a good shot. We go 3 for 18. You know, I think everybody that shot them, Luke's threes were all good shots. Flues were good. Rawls had 3 open ones. Just didn't make some shots. And that's going to happen some. But when you don't make them, you got to find other ways to dig in. And we found ways to dig in, and McKnight was terrific. McKnight had his mid-range game going, and he put us on his back and carried us tonight when we weren't at our best.
Questions?
They got kind of joked that they've been seeing that in practice out of Davion. And, you know, it's just good to see him kind of do it in the game. He's done so much for you guys as a facilitator. It had to be nice to kind of see him really take advantage of a matchup tonight.
Well, that's why at times, you know, you got to live with him taking some shots and missing some guys wide open sometimes. Cause these kind of nights. The one thing that you never have to question about how hard he's going to play. When there's a loose rebound bouncing around up on that rim, a loose ball rolling around, he's guarding that best guy on that other team most nights, that point guard. You never have to count. Look out there and worry about the effort he's going to play with. And again, tonight he had that mid-range going. And like I said, he kind of bailed us out scoring when we weren't at our best. We weren't making some threes like we normally do. He had that mid-range game going that bailed us out.
For Davion, you know, we kind of asked him just kind of the importance of obviously with his other teammates, maybe like just getting those shots off, even though they weren't falling and they weren't going the way that they wanted to, but just still Davion being able to drive to the basket, kick it out to the open man, and just allowing them to have that shot, because clearly you're not going to get any better if you don't with the shots that you don't take. So just allowing them to take those shots in order to try and find some type of rhythm.
Sound like you played before. Sound like you know what it takes to be a shooter. Yeah, you can't. If you miss shots, you got to keep shooting. You know, that's just the way it is. And with Davey, he puts a lot of pressure on that rim every time. He's got the ability to get it to the rim and score it. He's got the ability to pull up and shoot that mid-range. He's got the ability to get the free throw line. He's got the ability to find those cutters and, you know, and get that ball to him. I don't know how many. He only had 3 assists tonight. But again, he was zeroed in offensively.
When a couple of times Jamar got pulled away from the basket a little bit, kind of spread out to the perimeter. You know, as we're heading into conference play, that'll happen a lot more. You know, how do you know, when that happens, how do you keep him from, you know, not going silent?
Well, there's certain times he's going to have to be pulled away from the basket to guard. Just hope it's not a 5 guy can really shoot it. They didn't have a 5 guy that could really shoot it tonight. So he's got to get up on those ball screens. The other way you hide him, he's got to play a little zone. We probably didn't play as much zone tonight as we went into the game maybe wanting to play. But we felt like we were at home. kind of got that lead in that second half a little bit, and we wanted to keep playing for a little bit of energy. And late in the game, we went zone. But, you know, Jamar wasn't at his best tonight. I think that's very obvious. Does he get a block? How many blocks he get? 3 blocks? Like I say, he limped around ever since he sprained his ankle at the Austin P game, and literally he's been out. And we didn't know tonight what we'd get out of him at all. We didn't know.
Rick, along those lines, though, his presence defensively in a 1 or 2 possession game makes a difference. They weren't going inside at the end.
No, Jim, that's the thing, him just being out there. His presence, where he gets block shots or not. On paper, he's only got 3, but he's probably got 20 in the eyes of the minds of those other players going in there. You know, their little guard, Calvin, he had opportunities maybe sometimes get to the rim, he'd pull up and shoot that mid-range shot, knowing Jamar could get to him some. Yeah, Jamar's presence, whether he gets a bunch of blocks or scores a bunch, it's his presence out there is always a factor. And tonight, he wasn't at his best, moving, running that floor like he had been.
They kept coming at you. Every time in the second half, it looked like you maybe were starting to get a little distance. They kept coming at you. As a coach, what's it say for your team, though, when you can see that they were determined to find a way to close this out? Even every time Wright State kind of took shots at them like that.
Well, that's what you got to find ways to do. You got to find other ways to win with toughness and defending. And if we make some of those 3-point shots, we would have separated that game in those runs. But we didn't make it. And it's just not the 3 points you get from making some shots sometimes. It's that energy it gives everybody, the crowd, your team defensively. We didn't have that tonight. We didn't get that at all. Second half, we 2 for 12. And those 2 was E-Man made 1. Who made the other one?
Jarius.
Second half? No, Jarius didn't make 1.
Was it Rawls?
Rawls didn't make 1. Who made them second half? We got 2.
Jarius made 1.
Jarius did?
Yeah. Right at the beginning.
Up second half?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, one of the first possessions.
Yeah.
But we go 2 for 12, right?
Yeah. Yeah. In the second half.
Kept them off the free throw line. They don't shoot but 4 free throws for the game. So when it's a tight game, that's always an important stat too.
So, Coach, you would say you were pleased with shot selection tonight, you guys?
Well, let me say this. The 3-point shots, yeah, none of those were bad shots. Without me watching the film, you know, I would say there wasn't a 3-point shot from anybody. I wouldn't say it wasn't a good shot, okay? Am I pleased with offensively the way we played? No. We didn't get enough other stuff that you got to get sometimes besides that 3-point shot.
You got a few days now to prepare for that next game, and Davion already said that, you know, being an in-state player, that's kind of a big game to go up there to Louisville, close to home. Got to be good to get a little rust off today.
No, it was really good to get this rust off. Again, we were concerned with the game because we knew Wright State's a good little team. They can make some shots, and Jamar's presence inside kept them going at those big guys a bunch. They're really good throwing that ball inside those big guys, scoring that basketball. No, it's good to get a game behind you. You need to stay healthy, get a couple good practices under our belt now before we play again Wednesday. Everybody good? Thank you.